like this at other universities, and I might just try it here. If you have political leaders come, those in office, Republicans or Democrats, and they make pronouncements, whether they're economic pronouncements or pronouncements of why we have to send more kids off to die, how many of you believe what they tell you? Let me see how many hands go up. You say, oh yeah, we trust our government. No, you don't. That's healthy. That is very healthy, because we can't correct it if we don't realize where the truth is. And it doesn't come from the politicians who demagogue the issue. Most people say what we need in Washington is more compromise. We need these two parties to get together, because all they're doing is fighting with each other. But that's not the way I see it. I see that we have had way too much compromise. We have too much collusion between the two elements. They come together. They might want to spend the money differently, but they don't care about deficits. They want the money to be printed, but they don't understand the Fed. They want the Fed. They're not against the welfare system. So when the country is seeming to get richer and richer when the bubble is being formed, it's easy, but it's a fiction. There's no real welfare. If you pay all the bills today, we're flat out broke. The only thing that holds us together today is a trust in the US dollar. And there was a time the US dollar was as good as gold. And the very first thing when we moved toward more authoritarianism in the 30s was immediately to take your right away to own a piece of gold. They say the government now will print the money and you won't be allowed to own the gold. And we now have accepted this notion that the government can solve all these problems, and government has grown exponentially. And just have to remember, if the government gets involved in dealing with trying to improve your social and personal life, or if they want to be involved in how you should spend your money and invest your money and take care of yourself economically, they can only do that at the expense of personal liberty. Because there's an extraction. They interfere with your rights on what you can do. And just look at what's happening today. Are civil liberties protected today? No, they're not protected. Scare the people. Scare the people for war. You know, going into Iraq. We were thrown in there to get the Al-Qaeda and stop all these weapons of mass destruction. All a bunch of lies. And yet we did it. But the financial situation has been the same thing. Scare the people. And of course, after 9/11, it was a golden opportunity for those who likes authoritarianism. Because within days, a couple weeks, the Patriot Act was passed over my strong objection, because that is